What is going on YouTube? It's Profit Day Trader here, and today I'm just gonna do a little Green Day recap. I'm gonna start doing another little mini series. These are gonna be shorter videos, just kind of going over what I did for trades that day, whether it's good or bad. This is gonna be, all positive stuff. There's definitely red days, but yeah, I just want to kind of go over, just show you kind of where my brain was in these trades, show you, what I did wrong or right in that moment, and yeah, I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be good to show beginner traders kind of like where my mindset is, because I want to start showing you guys kind of what goes through the mind of a day trader. So okay, so today I went through my scanners. I'm going to pull my scanner over here. Now I have multiple monitors I'm not able to show, but this is my scan tab right here. I have everything set up. I did a scan this morning. I looked at the leading gapper, and the leading gapper was KMPH. Had very good volume, very low shares. So this is what you want to see. So this is called low float, high volume. This is called the float here. These are the floats. This is how many shares exist. Only 18,849,000 shares exist for the stock. And there's already been 27 million trades. Well, 27 million shares traded. So it literally, every share has been traded over. So that's where you see the price starts moving very quickly. So this is exactly what I want to see as a day trader. Usually every day there's about one or two. This one's a little bit higher up. Not every day you get stuff this volatile, but usually there's always a couple stocks doing pretty good that day. So I decided to trade that. I had it on my watch list, and I sat here. Now I don't like to trade the very, very open, only for two big reasons. One, there's a lot of orders that are set in when the market first opens. There's a lot of limit orders that people put in from the day before in the pre-market. So as soon as this bell opens, this thing goes nuts. So Thinkorswim isn't really a strong enough program to jump in with these guys. So usually in the first minute or two, what I like to do is I always do a test share. Now what I do is I buy one share and sell it. So the reason why I do that is just to make sure there's no bugs, make sure my computer's running smoothly. So that's just kind of like a little tip. Always do, if I mean, again, if you have less than 25 grand, you're not gonna be able to do this. But if you have more than 25 grand, you just come in and do a one share trade, just to test out the program. So it's good to kind of just, it's more like a good measure kind of thing, since I'm not going to be trading in these two bars anyway. So this is just kind of where my head was today. So I sat here, I was looking at the stock. It definitely was starting to drift downwards. But if you look back here, at some point, I think it was up, it was at $21.25. So that's a pretty big gap from the 15.65 that it opened up. So I knew there was definitely some room for it to, once it gets past, like this was kind of like a resistance level here. So I knew once it got, because the resistance was right at the VWAP. So again, if you're not familiar with any of these terms, don't worry. These are terms we're all going to be going over in the series. But when you see a resistance here and a resistance is at the VWAP, you want to see it break through. So if it breaks through that VWAP, odds are in your favor that it's gonna go back up. So that's what I was waiting for. So I sat here, I waited a couple minutes. All of a sudden, I seen it gap up. Now, I didn't jump in it just yet because I was waiting for the confirmation, because there's a lot of times this will break open. It'll break to the VWAP or break over the VWAP, and then the next bar will just crash down right below it. It still has a resistance, kind of like this. It wants to go through, and then it falls down. So I always wait for the confirmation. I'm not super aggressive. I could have jumped in the middle of this. I wanted to. My emotions were telling me to jump in. But I was like, no, do it right. Wait for the confirmation. So it went to this bar. It didn't immediately crash. It was kind of bouncing around. So I decided to buy it right around here in hopes that it went up. Now, I have very short patience with my stuff. I'm a scalper. I don't like to try to, I minimize my losses for sure. So just in case I bought it, I was wrong. Comes over here, it drops. I got lucky. It went up today. I sold it. I actually sold at a pretty good spot for this candle. I sold it virtually, almost not at the top, but it's on the higher end, because it did wind up coming down a lot more. And yeah, I mean, obviously in hindsight, I could have waited to here. I could have made an extra couple $100, but I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna be super greedy. Got in, got out. I was in the stock market for no more than 5 minutes. I'm up $528.08, which is phenomenal. I used about 17 grand of my own money, which isn't, it's not a ton of money considering how much money I got back. Now, I don't like to use my entire account. I have over 40 grand in the account, but I don't think it's ever good practice to use your entire account because if you have a bad day, it turns very bad. So again, that's just kind of where my mind was today. I never trade the first two bars, and usually my day is done around the 940 to 945 range. So this setup here, nice little setup, gapped up, really gapped up. Broke the VWAP. I waited for the confirmation over here. Got in the trade. Next bar, it snapped up. Got out. I didn't care. I didn't care if this thing went to the moon at that point. I made $528. I'm okay with it. I'm not greedy. I'm not sitting here trying to make $500,000 a day. Not yet. I mean, that's long in the future when I start getting more confidence. But yeah, that's it. That was my trade today. So if you're interested in stuff like this, just like the video to tell me if you like me making these videos or not. That kind of shows me which direction to take this channel. If you're interested, I'm gonna be posting a bunch of videos like this. Today was a little bit longer. Usually the ones in the future, they'll probably be a little bit shorter just because I was kind of going over some basic stuff. But yeah, right now, in the future, I will be doing some live trading. Right now, I don't have the confidence enough to do it yet. Like I'm still on the intermediate level of this business, so it takes a lot of focus. So I think going live doing this is really going to hurt me. So eventually I will, but for now I'll be doing these green and red day recaps. Again, if you're interested in stuff like this, consider subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.